Here's an in-depth guide to mastering Aurora.
Feel the embrace of the celestial twilight.
Aurora is a mage hero who excels in delivering high burst magic damage and crowd control using her unique freezing mechanic. Her abilities make her a game changer in team fights, especially when dealing with grouped enemies. Skills and abilities. Passive. Pride of Ice effect. Casting skills grants Aurora frost energy stacks. At 4 stacks, her next skill freezes enemies for 1.5 seconds and deals bonus magic damage. Her freeze effects can now affect turrets, increasing utility during pushes. If Aurora takes fatal damage, she freezes herself, becoming invincible for a short duration and gradually recovering a percentage of her max HP. This effect has a cooldown. Tips! Always monitor frost energy stacks, visible below your HP bar, and plan skill usage to freeze enemies at crucial moments. Use her self-freeze ability strategically to survive in tight situations. Skill 1, Hailstone Blast. Effect: Aurora summons icy meteors at a target location, dealing magic damage and slowing enemies. Multiple hailstones hit sequentially in the area, with each dealing additional magic damage. Cooldown, 4 seconds at max level. Usage, used to poke enemies and clear minion waves efficiently. Combo with your passive to freeze grouped enemies in fights. Skill 2, Frosty Breeze. Effect: releases a frosty breeze in a fan-shaped area, dealing magic damage and freezing enemies at the far end. A frozen area is created, dealing additional damage. Cooldown, 6 seconds at max level. Usage, excellent for initiating fight or ambushing enemies in narrow jungle paths. Use on multiple targets to maximize freezing potential and deal area damage. Hash Ultimate, Frigid Glacier effect. Aurora creates a frost path, dealing magic damage and slowing enemies. The path expands into glaciers, which then shatter to deal massive magic damage and freeze enemies. The freeze duration scales with Aurora's magic power, making it devastating with a high damage build. Cooldown, 36 seconds at max level. Usage, best for large team fights or zoning enemies during objectives like Turtle or Lord. Use in synergy with her passive to immobilize and damage multiple enemies. Skill priority. 1. Skill 1, Hailstone Blast. Maximize first for better wave clear and poke damage. 2. Skill 2, Frosty Breeze. Upgrade second for enhanced crowd control. 3. Ultimate, Frigid Glacier. Upgrade whenever available to maximize teamfight impact. Combos and advanced tips. Basic combo. 1. Build 3 frost energy stacks. 2. Use skill 2, Frosty Breeze, to freeze and damage the target. 3. Follow up with skill 1, Hailstone Blast, for additional damage. Ultimate combo. 1. Build 4 frost energy stacks. 2. Cast Ultimate Frigid Glacier to freeze and damage multiple enemies. 3. Use skill 2 and skill 1 in quick succession for follow-up damage. Shash item build. Core items. 1. Arcane Boots, increases magic penetration, boosting your damage. 2. Glowing Wand, provides magic power, HP, and applies a burn effect on enemies over time. 3. Clock of Destiny, boosts magic power, mana, and HP while scaling well into the late game. 4. Lightning Truncheon, adds burst damage, especially effective in multi-target fights. 5. Divine Glaive, counters tanks and enemies with high magic resistance. 6. amplifies your magic power for higher burst damage. Situational items. Winter Truncheon. Use its active ability to survive when under threat. Enchanted Talisman. Great for mana regeneration and cooldown reduction. Blood Wings. Provides significant magic power and a shield for survivability. Emblem setup. Mage Emblem. Talent configuration. Rupture enhances magic penetration, making Aurora's burst more effective. Wilderness Blessing grants extra mobility in the jungle and river areas. Lethal Ignition adds extra magic damage against high HP enemies, improving early game lethality. Battle Spells offers repositioning or escape options during fights. Purify removes crowd control effects useful against CC-heavy teams.
Welcome to Moba Legends!
Gameplay strategy. Early game, focus on farming gold and XP in the mid lane. Use Hailstone Blast to clear minion waves and harass enemies. Play safe and build frost energy stacks for potential early aggression. Mid-game, roam to assist side lanes or secure objectives like Turtle. Use Frosty Breeze to initiate fights and control enemies in choke points. Save your ultimate for team fights or critical objectives. Late game, stick with your team and avoid being caught out. Use Frigid Glacier strategically to freeze and damage multiple enemies. Position yourself carefully to maximize damage output while avoiding assassins. Strengths and weaknesses. Strengths, high burst damage with strong crowd control. Passive freeze ability impacts both heroes and turrets. Devastating teamfight potential with her ultimate. Weaknesses, squishy and vulnerable to assassins. Mana dependent, especially in the early game. Relatively low mobility, relying on flicker for repositioning. Tips and tricks. Always charge frost energy before initiating fights. Position carefully to maximize damage while staying safe from enemy assassins. Use your ultimate to turn the tide in team fights or secure objectives. Practice aiming Hailstone Blast and Frosty Breeze to maximize their area damage. With this guide, you'll master Aurora's updated abilities and dominate in any match with precise positioning, skill usage, and strategic team play.